So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial, and we are going to create a little interactive banner using JavaScript. And right now I'm going to show you what we are going to be doing today. So we are going to have a banner like this, and if I go with my mouse over, it is going to animate like so. And if I go with my mouse over one more time, it is going to animate one more time and like this. So this is what we are going to be doing today. So before we will start, I just want to say that I have been doing animations in Adobe Animate as a job, but this coding is only fun for me. So I'm not a professional with something like this, and maybe there are better ways how you can do something like this. But I just want to show you how I would do something like this. So right now I'm on the site Freepik, and I'm going to provide you a link in the description, and I'm also going to provide you the Illustrator file that we are going to create if you want to skip the Illustrator part, or if this won't be free in the future. But keep in mind that you will have to attribute the author if you want to use this commercially or just go premium. Now I will go to the place where I have saved this, and I'm going to have a zip file like this, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose extract here. And this is going to give me some files, and I can either click on this I file or on this eposa file. Both of them should open this in the Illustrator. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this, and I'm going to open this one more time, like so, because I'm going to have some kind of warning about missing fonts, but I will just hit close because we are not going to be using the text. Now what I want to do is create new document, Ctrl N or file new, and I will go with 300 by 600, and I want to have everything else as it is, and I will just hit create. And now I will go in here, and if I try to click and move, I can see that it is all going to be grouped together. So I can right click and I can choose ungroup, and right now I'm going to have them separated like so. And what I can do is maybe I can zoom in a little bit with Alt and mouse wheel, and I can right click one more time and choose ungroup. And right now I should have this separated and the background separated. So what I can do is right now I can drag this to the new document like so, and I can go in here, and I can also drag the background in here like so. Now what I want to do is I am going to have both of them in the layer 1, but if I'm going to open the layer 1, I can see that the background is above this other layer, so I'm going to position it below like so. And now I'm going to align this to the center, so I'm going to select it, and I will go to the align. If you don't see align, go to the window and get the align, and make sure that you have align to the artboard. And now I'm going to select it, and I'm going to align it like so and like so. And now I can go ahead and scale this. So with Shift and Alt, I'm going to scale this like so. Now what I'm going to do is I will right click on this I will click on this rabbit and right click, and I'm going to choose right now I don't have an option to ungroup, but I have an option to release clipping mask, so I will go with this one. And this clipping mask just it was clipped to the stage. And now they are still going to be grouped together, so I will have to one more time right click and choose ungroup until I will get them separated like so. Now I will go to the layers, and I'm going to have everything in the layer 1, and basically we have like the background, we have the rabbit, we have this cloud, we have the egg, we have the second egg, and so on. So every layer contains one of the things. But this one, the top one, I think that this doesn't have anything, so I will make sure, but I think it's like nothing in there, so I will get rid of that like so. And now what I will do is I will click on this layer 1, go to these 3 lines, choose release to layers, and now I will be able to click and with Shift select all of them and get them outside of the layer 1 like so. Layer 1 is going to be empty, so I'm going to be able to delete it. And now I'm going to save this, and while saving I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to save it as the Illustrator is going to give me an option, and I'm going to provide you this, and I will see you in Adobe Animate in few moments. So right now I am in the Adobe Animate, and I will go with 300 by 600, and I want to have this as a HTML5 canvas, and I will just hit create. And now I will go to the place where I have saved my Illustrator file, so I'm going to have it in here, and I will basically drag it to the Adobe Animate like so. And I don't want to change anything, so I will just click import. Now, if you are going to click this clip content outside the stage, you are going to see only things which are in the canvas, and if you are going to unclick this, you are going to see everything that is going to be in here. And yeah. Now what I want to do is I would like to convert some of the stuff to the symbol. So maybe I can hide everything for now, and I can show only the background. And I will click on this background. I will go to the modify, convert to symbol or F8, and I can call this to be BG. But this name is not really important for us. And make sure that it is movie clip, and I'm going to click OK. And now I can show all of the other stuff. And I make other layers invisible to only select the background, but it wasn't necessary. And now what I'm going to do is I will click on this rabbit, and I'm going to click F8, and I can call this to be rabbit 1, and I'm going to click OK. And now I will click on this egg, and I'm going to click F8, and this is going to be egg 1, like so. And yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is I will click on this rabbit, and there is this, it's movie clip, and there is this instance name. And this is the name by which we are going to be targeting this in the JavaScript. So in the library, we have this movie clip's name, and this has nothing to do with the JavaScript. Also, the layers names has nothing to do with the JavaScript, so only this one. And I'm going to call this to be rabbit 1. But you can call this as you want. This background I'm going to call to be BG1, and this egg I'm going to call to be egg1. Now I will double click, or I can go ahead and click Ctrl Enter, and for now we are going to have something like this in the browser. Now I will go ahead and I will double click on this rabbit, and what I will have to do is I will have to convert this one more time to the movie clip, because if I click on this is going to be like an object, and in order to animate something in Adobe Animate, you will have to convert it to the symbol. So F8, and I'm going to call this to be rabbit number 2. And I'm going to click OK. And right now what I can do is I can maybe go to frame 25, create new keyframe, F6, or right click, insert keyframe. And on this keyframe I'm going to position it maybe like so, outside of the stage. Then I will create new keyframe maybe in here, F6, and then I'm going to create new keyframe on the frame maybe 70, F6. And I'm going to create an classic twin in here. So create classic twin. So basically we are going to have this keyframe, and this keyframe will go in here. Then between these two keyframes, I don't want anything to happen. And then the last keyframe, I'm going to get the first one, and with Alt I'm going to duplicate it like so. I'm dragging, and I'm going to position it in here. And now basically I can create classic twin, and we have simply created an animation where he goes away, then he's going to stay, and then he will go back. This part right now is optional, but I will click on this keyframe, and I will go to the classic ease, and I will change this to easy in. And basically this means that it will start slowly and then it will accelerate, and I will double click on this first option, so it will like go slowly away and then accelerate. And then on this keyframe, what I want to do in the classic is to go with easy out and go with this one, and basically it will start from here fast, and then in here it will slow down. So it will go like this, and in here it will go slowly. So we are going to have something like this. I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and we will have something like this, and by default this is going to be looping forever. If I want, what I could do is I can go to this first keyframe, and maybe I can position the rabbit little bit like so. But right now I will have to duplicate this keyframe one more time to the end to have the same beginning and same end. But right now it is going to be a little bit more visible. Now let me do it. Let me see it one more time. And yeah, okay, it's fine for me. And now I am going to create a new layer, and on this new layer we are going to create some kind of label name, and we are going to be targeting this animation by this name with Gotoandplay. But I'm going to call this to be by rabbit. This name is optional. You can put capitals, you do not need to put capitals. This depends on you. Later on I'm going to anyway copy this and paste this to my code. I'm not going to be writing this because when you are writing these names, usually you are going to make some kind of error. So something like this, and now I'm going to create a new layer, and on this new layer I can go ahead and call this layer to be code. If I want, I can call this layer to be label, and I can call this layer to be rabbit. This depends on you. And on this code layer I will right click, choose actions, and I'm going to very simply type this dot stop and parentheses like so, and semicolons are optional in the JavaScript. And now this A is going to be positioned at the beginning, and if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, nothing is going to happen because it is going to stop the animation immediately. And if I would position this little A at the end of the animation like so, it would mean that it is going to play once this animation, and after one loop it is going to stop. But for now I'm going to position this at the beginning, and later on we are going to play with this. Now what I want to do is I'm going to create a new layer in here, and I'm going to call this layer to be code. If you want, we can go ahead and rename at least few layers. So this is going to be BG background, this is going to be rabbit, and maybe we can also call this one, and this is going to be, I will call this to be egg1. The rest for now I'm not going to be bothered about it, and I will show this like so. And now I will go to this code layer, and I'm going to first of all I will click on my background and make sure that this name is BG1 with capital B and capital G, and I will click on the rabbit, and I can see that I have this like rabbit1 and there is nothing capital. So what I'm going to do is I will right click, choose actions, or you can just click F9, and I'm going to start to write the code. So I will type this, and I will call BG1. So this is like the whole animate object. BG1 is our background, and I'm going to type add event listener, and make sure that you will write E and L capital, then parentheses, then quotation marks, then the type of the event. For now we are going to go with the click, later on we will change this to the mouse over, and I am going to right now call some kind of function. So I'm going to call a function which is going to be rabbit f. And now I will have to create this function, so Ctrl C, and I'm going to put a semicolon even though it's optional, and I'm going to create a function which is going to be rabbit f, and I'm going to put a parenthesis and curly parenthesis, and yeah. Now there is one thing, and that's when we are outside of the function, we are going to be targeting the animate with this, but when we are inside of the function, we cannot write in here this. We could, but we would have to do additional steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable which I'm going to call let root is equal to this, and basically this let it's like the new version of declaring variable, which before was var. You can also have this as a var, but I'm going to have this as a let, and this name is optional. You can call this whatever you want, but we are going to put this equal to this. It has something to do with the scoping with the JavaScript, but basically right now we are going to be in the function. Instead of this at the beginning, we are going to be typing root. So I'm going to type root rabbit1, and I'm going to type something like Goto and play, and I'm going to put parentheses, quotation marks, and in here I will go to the rabbit, and I will click on this layer, and I'm going to copy this name, Ctrl C, and I will go back to the code with F9, or you can right click and choose actions, and I'm going to paste this name in here. And now I will make sure that I didn't misspell anything. So we have let the root is equal to this, this bg1 add event listener click rabbit f, and then the function rabbit f and root rabbit1 Gotoandplay bye rabbit. So I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and right now if I'm going to click on this background, he should go away. And yeah, this is going to be working. And if I click one more time, nothing is going to happen. And if I click one more time, he will go away. and if I click one more time, nothing is going to be happening, and if I click one more time, he will go away. This is a little bit strange behavior, but we are going to fix this. I just want to show you one thing, and that's if I will go in here and I'm going to change this root to this, and I will comment out for now this one. So it's like when something is commented, it's like it's not even here. So right now I'm going to put this in here, and now if I'm going to click, nothing is going to happen. And if I'm going to click F12 or right click and inspect, and I will go to the console, I'm going to have some kind of error. And yeah, so basically you will have to do it with this variable. And I'm going to put this back to the root. Now the issue is that when we have this little a at the beginning, and we are going to click, it is going to play once, but if we click one more time, it is not going to do anything, and if we click one more time, it will play. So it will play on the every second time. But if I'm going to position this little a at the end, like so, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, it is going to play initially on its own, the animation, and then it is not going to do anything. But right now, if I'm going to click, it is going to play, and then it will return. And if I click one more time, it is going to play, and it will return. So when the code is at the end, like so, it is going to play every time that you click. And if I am going to put this a also at the beginning and also at the end, and I will click, it is going to play. But if I click one more time, nothing is going to happen. And if I click one more time, it is going to play. So basically, I don't want to have this code at the beginning, and I can hit Shift F6 or Shift F5. Okay, I will go back, and basically I'm going to position this in here like so. And I will hit Ctrl Enter, and we are going to have this animation at the beginning. And I don't want to have that initial animation. So what I can do is I'm going to create a new layer, and this layer I can go ahead and call to be rabbit number 2. And I will go to the library, and I have this in here, this rabbit and rabbit 2. And rabbit is this one, and rabbit 2 is the inner one. And I want to go with this rabbit 2 because this rabbit 1 movie clip has already all of the animations. So I want to go with this rabbit 2, and I'm going to drag it in here like so. And I'm going to position it approximately where the rabbit below is. So I'm going to with my arrows position this like so, and I will try to eyeball it and position it like this. And yeah, I do not need to have it exactly to the millimeters, but something like this. And now what I am going to do is I will click on this rabbit, and I will go to the library, and I already have rabbit 1, rabbit 2. So I can go ahead and call this to be rabbit. I can call this to be rabbit replace. I don't want to call this to be rabbit 3 because it could be confusing. So rabbit replace, and I'm going to copy this name, Ctrl C, and I will go back to the code with F9. And basically what I want to do is at the beginning I would like to hide the rabbit 1. So I will click this rabbit 1. Visible is going to be false, like so. And if you I have like if I click on this one, and let me hide this rabbit 2. So if I click on this one, this is going to be like rabbit 1. And if I'm going to double click, I will have this as a rabbit 2 in the library, but it is going to like hide everything which is in this layer if I'm going to hide this. I hope that this makes sense, but if I'm going to type this rabbit 1 visible is going to be false, it is going to hide all of that layer. And what I want to do right now, if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, we are going to have only this rabbit, and we have hidden the animation. And now I will go back to the code F9, and when I click on this function rabbit F, when I click on this BG and I will call this function rabbit F, I'm going to have this playing, this Gotoandplay, and then I'm going to type in here root rabbit 1 visible is going to be true. So basically we are going to show the rabbit 1, and we are going to hide the rabbit replace. So I'm going to type root rabbit replace visible is going to be false, and I will click Ctrl Enter. And if I click on this background, we are going to have something like this. And if I click one more time, it is going to be working like so. And basically one more time, right now, if I'm going to refresh this, there is like this animation and it's like playing, but we cannot see it because because rabbit 1 is invisible, and we have in here rabbit replace. But as soon as I click, the rabbit replace will disappear, the rabbit 1 will appear, and it will play the animation. I hope that this makes sense. And now there is one little issue, and that's if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and if I'm going to click, like so, it is going to do something like this. So what I want to do is I want to click and then remove the event listener. So I can go to the Adobe Animate and I can click F9, and in here I can go ahead and copy this event listener. So I'm going to hit Ctrl C, and I will go in here, Ctrl V. I will change this to root. So root BG1, and right now we are going to put remove event listener, and the rest I want to have as it is. I will hit Ctrl Enter, and right now if I'm going to click, it is going to like play and go and return. But if I click one more time, nothing is going to happen. Now I want this event listener or what I want to do is I want to be able to click, and I want to be able to click this after maybe 2 or 3 seconds. So we have removed this event listener. I will go back to the code, so like this, and right now I'm going to create some kind of set timeout function. So I'm going to type set timeout, but I think that it's without the capital O. So set timeout, and then parentheses, and in this parentheses I'm going to type function, and one more time parentheses, and then the curvy parentheses, and in here I'm going to let me show you this one more time. So set timeout, so we have something like this, then we have the parentheses. Inside of this parentheses, but I don't want to have it like so, I'm going to type a function with its own parentheses. So we have this function and everything is in this set timeout parentheses. And right now I'm going to create the curly parentheses for the function, and in here I can write what I want. And in here I'm going to put this event listener, so I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C, and I'm going to paste it in here, Ctrl V, and I will have to change this to be root, and we are going to have one more time this event listener. So root bg1, add event listener, click and rabbit F, and then after this curly parentheses, I'm going to type comma, and right now I can type something like 2000, and this would mean like 2 seconds. This is like 2000 milliseconds. But if I go in here, I can see that this animation is like 70 frames. We have like 24 frames per seconds. So maybe what I can do in here is I can go ahead and change this to maybe 3000 or 2800, whatever. And I'm going to copy this, Control X. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to position this to this function, and I'm going to paste this, Control V. And right now I will hit Control Enter, and if I'm going to click, it will go away. If I click, nothing is going to happen. And right now if I click one more time, he will go away. So basically what we do is when I click, I will, as soon as I click, I will remove the event listener, but after these 3 seconds, I'm going to put this event listener back. Now, what we can do is maybe we can do the similar animation with this egg. So I can go ahead and double click on this egg, and in the egg this is not going to be a movie clip, so I will have to convert it to the movie clip. So F8, and I can call this to be egg 2, and I will click OK. And then this egg 2 we are going to be putting this on the same time on the main timeline. But right now I can go ahead and create the same animation, so F6, and I'm going to maybe animate this down like so, and then maybe on the frame 50 F6 this will stay, and on the frame 70 I want to have the same keyframe as the first keyframe, so something like this, and I will create classic tween in here, and also I will create classic tween in here, and we are going to have animation which goes down, and then animation which goes up. And very quickly I'm going to create these easings, because I just like these animations with the easing, so this one, and in here I'm going to put this one. So in the first I have used easy in, and the second easy out, so something like this. And one more time I'm going to create a new layer, and on the label I'm going to type by egg, but you can put whatever names that you want. And I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to create the code as before, so actions, and this dot stop, and parentheses like so. And right now I'm going to position this at the end like so. So we have just in here created the same way, same thing as we have created with the rabbit. Like so. And right now if I'm going to click Ctrl Enter, this is going to be like for now looping forever. We don't have this connected to the code, and we don't have this connected to the code, and it just played once, because then we have this this code, this dot stop. Now what I can do is I will go back to the animate, and this is called egg1. So what I can do is I can go in here, and I can duplicate this in the function rabbitf. I can have it in the rabbitf function. It's not the best name, because right now we are also going to have in here the egg, but it doesn't matter. And I'm going to duplicate this line, so Ctrl D. So I have duplicated this line, so this line is the same as this one. And right now I want to have a root egg1 Gotoandplay, and we want to have by egg. And I will go back in here to make sure that I have this name correctly. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it in here to make sure that I'm going to have this correctly. So like this. And now if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, this is going to play once as before, but right now if I'm going to click, they both will go away, and then they both will return. So right now what I need to do is at the beginning I need to hide the egg. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to be on the egg layer. I will create new layer. I can call this to be egg2 or egg replace, and I will go to the library, and I have this like egg1 and egg2, and I don't want to put this one in here, because this movie clip has like all of the animation, and this second don't have the animation, because let me maybe show you one more time. This if I click on this one, this is like the egg1, and inside it has all of this animation, but this one is like egg2. If I double click, and if I double click inside, it has nothing in it. So I hope that this makes sense. But yeah, I will go to the library, and I will get this egg2, and I'm going to put it on this egg2 layer, so like this. And right now I will have to put it approximately like so, and let me see. And right now I'm going to hide it, and yeah, I'm going to be fine with this. And I will click on this new egg, and this is going to be I will call this to be egg2, like so, because we have already this name egg2 in the movie clips, but as I said, it has nothing to do with these names. And now what I want to do is I will go back to the code F9, and at the beginning, the same thing as with the rabbit, I'm going to duplicate this, Ctrl D. So this egg1 is going to be invisible, so egg1 visible is going to be false, but as soon as I will click, I want the I want, as I have it in here. In here I have root rabbit 1 visible is true, and root rabbit replace visible is going to be false. And in here I can maybe I can copy this from this, so I will paste it in here. So root egg 1 visible is going to be true, and I will duplicate this, and root egg 2, or we could call this egg replace, and visible is going to be false, like so. And I will hit Ctrl Enter, and basically right now at the beginning, like both of these animation are playing, but we don't see them. We see only this replace one, and if I click, the replace one will disappear, the original one will appear, and we are going to have it like so. And I could go ahead and do the more animations with this one or with whatever, but I don't want to be bothered about it. Right now I will go ahead and show you how you can change it to the mouse over. So I will click F9, and at the beginning I can type something like stage.enable mouse over, like this, and like so. So stage.enable capital M mouse capital O over, and right now I will have to change all of these even listeners from click to mouse over. So at the beginning we have like this BG1 add even listener click, so I'm going to change this to be mouse over, but this event is like without the capital O, so like this mouse over. And in here then we have this remove even listener, and then we have this set timeout function with add even listener, but in both of them I'm going to replace this like so and replace this like so, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter. And right now if I go with my mouse in here, they will like disappear, then they will go back, and then if I go one more time they will disappear, then we'll go back, and so on. So yeah, and now I can go ahead and show you how you can export something like this. So right now I will go back to the Animate, and I'm going to hit Ctrl S to save this, and I will go to the place where I want to save this. So I'm going to create a new folder which I'm going to call Animate, and I will go inside of this Animate, and I'm going to call this to be I don't know, Easter 1, and I'm going to hit save. And right now if I go in the place where I have saved this, so it is going to be in here. I will have an animate file and some recover animate file, but if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter to see this in the browser, it is going to automatically going to publish me some HTML, JavaScript, and some images. I will get rid of that like so. And now I will go back to the Animate, I will hit File, I will hit Publish Settings, and I will click on this folder, and I'm going to go to this place one more time. So it's where it is. It is in here, and I will go to the tutorial, I will go to the Animate. Here is where I have my Animate files. I will create a new folder which I'm going to call Index, and I will go inside of that index, and I will call also this one to be Index, and I will hit Save, and I will hit OK, and I will hit File, and I will hit Publish. And now we are going to have this index, and we are going to have some images, some HTML, and some JavaScript in here. There is one little issue, and that's right now if I'm going to double click on this index to open this in the browser, it is not going to be working properly. And if I hit F12, we are going to have error, and we are going to have an error because of the images. But the thing is that this error is only in your browser. But if you are going to put this on the real website, or if you are going to put this on the local host, which is like the website in the cloud, or it's like it's going to be working. Only when you are going to have this in your own browser, you are going to have this error. But we can avoid this. We can go to the Animate, we can go to the File, we can go to the Publish Settings, and before of that I will go ahead and I will get rid of all of them, so I will delete them. And in here I have these export image assets, and I have a texture, or I have sprite sheet or image assets, and I will change it to image assets. And if you have this as a texture, it will convert the vectors to the PNGs, or depending on what you have in here. But if you change this to image assets, it has like publish imported images as it is. It's like very, very small in here, but as it is, and they are vectors. So it is going to publish me this as a vector. I will hit OK, and I will hit file, and I will hit publish. And right now I'm going to have only index, and I'm going to have only JavaScript. And right now, if I would double click on this index, I'm going to have it like so. And right now this is going to be working properly. So yeah, in this video, it's like already too long. I'm not going to be explaining about exporting this to the Google Ads. I'm going to provide in the link video, some other tutorial, and I'm going to put you a time where start the tutorial about publishing to the Google Ads, because I don't want to repeat it in all of the tutorials, the same process, because yeah, then I feel that I'm repeating myself like a lot. But yeah, if you have watched until the end, let me know in the comments. And as I said at the beginning, I'm not a professional with the code. Maybe there are better ways. If you know some better ways, maybe you can share it with me. And yeah, so maybe I will see you in some other tutorial. You can go ahead and check the channel. I have a lot of tutorials. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and maybe I will see you in some other videos. Thank you. Goodbye.